compared to last year's playoff run, what's the different about this teams across this season?
I think there are a lot of comparisons, so I understand the question. We finished the season in a strong manner last season, and made it through the first round of the playoffs. But I could also feel the energy of the group as in a certain way last season, and then this season very similar. You finish pretty strongly. Your two away games, you just get 1 point, which is fine. I would say the difference is the energy in the group at this point of the season compared to last season. I'm feeling a very hungry, energetic, and eager group. Um, we had those feelings last year, but I feel like it's more this year, and that for me is one of the bigger differences.
Hi, Coach. So I believe the team has a bit more time to prepare for the playoffs. Yeah. How do you evaluate their performance, especially Boanga and Suns during this?
Yeah, there's no way you can compensate missing your best players, and that goes for any team in this league. And um, if you get your scouting and your recruiting right, those are most likely going to be your DPS. Doesn't have to be, but it is most likely the case. And those are hard to compensate for in a salary cap league. If we're Manchester City or Bayern Munich or PSG, it's easy, next man up. But it's hard in our league to do that, and so those are two great players. And now having them back in the squad for multiple training sessions, one game, I think you'll see a very dangerous LAFC tomorrow night.
And I believe there is another international match that is upcoming next week. Hope that LAFC is gonna still play at that time. But at this moment, how is you gonna prepare for during that period? Because Sonny's gonna likely go back to South Korea or during the national team.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I haven't thought about it. I choose not to think about it. I know it's coming. I have a calendar as well. But we need to focus on this first game against Austin. And Austin is a very good team that's beaten us twice this year. So all of our energy and thoughts are focused on that. The window in itself, or the way the playoffs set up with that window, is obviously not ideal. This is not groundbreaking news. I think I'm not the first person to say that. We wish that wasn't the case, like it was in 22. Was great, but these are things we know and we accept, and it's the same for every team, so it's fair.
Similar to last year, where you played Vancouver second to last, and you had them 3-game series, or Austin second to last 3-game series. Is there anything to take away from the experience last year that you've sort of put into practice this time around?
No, I would say you just have more video and hard evidence to work with and work off of, and so you know what kind of works and what doesn't work. And I think it just makes your approach maybe a little more detail oriented because the memories are so fresh. Sometimes when you play a team twice in a season, or even 3 times, but it's 6 months ago, it's hard to use that video because teams evolve, teams change, habits change, starting lineups change, tactical approaches change, and so yeah, I think it makes our approach somewhat detail oriented.
You were shut out 7 times in all competitions this season, 47 games. They did it to you twice. Is there anything in particular that they were so effective at? And obviously they caught you twice on set pieces. Is that a deficiency on your end? Did they just execute really well in those moments? How did you see them beating you that way?
It's always a mix. So yeah, certainly goals happen when there's mistakes, and we lose your marks. It's a good block, a good service on their part. So not taking away anything or credit for Austin for both of those matches, but it's very rare to lose 2 games like that in the same fashion. But I think the real reason is not maybe those set pieces; it's us not creating enough chances. I believe in the first match against them at home we did, certainly not enough in Austin, and we look to change that for sure. And what I've seen in training has been really good, and I'm eager to see the response tomorrow from our team.
This will be the first chance against Austin with Sony in the line. Obviously, he's a difference maker, but how do you see them accounting for him They've beaten you twice, 1-0, very tight games. Do they have to change stuff because you're such an important player in the lineup? Do you expect them to? Well, I know you don't know what they're going to do, but just sort of this chess match situation. How much of a factor do they have to sort of deal with in some,
You know, I don't know. I mean, that really is a question for Nico. And you know, we have ideas to use Sonny and Denis in critical areas. We also have ideas for them to maybe not be used and use others. And so I think that's the key in having all of your players available. Sometimes we've seen it with Denis a lot. If there's a little too much coverage on Denis, that means other people are open. And these will also be part of our solutions.
You mentioned that the biggest difference between last year and this year is that players are more hungry and more eager. How much part has Son played in that?
Yeah, I think his arrival at a certain moment in the season was important, and you know, we had a great start, first game in Chicago, and then away in New England, and just never really looked back from there. So it really has given us some momentum and some added belief that on a good day we can beat anybody.
Other players, or that is the crucial one?
What do I expect from other players? I expect 100% focus, effort, and determination to win this first game.
Just across the roster, health-wise, we've had this sort of period to train guys up healthy. Do you have all options available to you?
I do, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
We'll move to take questions online. We'll start with Jim Alexander. And just a reminder to anybody, if you do have a question, please use the raise your hand function. Jim, take it away.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on the recent sort of talk, what happened with PTI. I don't know if you heard, Mike Wilbon said that he had 3 screens on of sports but wouldn't watch MLS as one of them. I think it was in reference to the Miami-Nashville game. And also, you know, locally with the Dodgers, how well they're playing in football season and basketball season. You guys are on our championship run but might not get that attention that you might deserve. What's your sort of take on the national sort of view of this league, that it's not important in a way and it's not worth people's time? Is that something you find offensive too, or is just something you've kind of grown to get used to?
No, I don't really grow to get used to anything. You know, what other people say are, I think we're in a world now where everybody needs to be held accountable for what they say, and words mean something, and I'm in no control of what other people say. I would say that, you know, our games at BMO are incredible, and I think anybody who has lived that, who's been in part of the atmosphere, understands how electrifying and how exciting it is. And if you don't want to be a part of it, that's your personal choice, but I would say it's your loss.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
You said you had everybody available. That doesn't include Yaya Boa, does it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you have any comment on that? The league suspended him, some rules violations. Do you have any reaction to that? How has that played out over this last 10 days here?
Yeah, he has been removed from team activities, and that's how we go about our day and accept that. And I obviously feel for the person, and I'm in touch with him on a personal level to make sure he's okay. That's really important to me and to us as a club. But rules are rules, and I don't have any more further comments on it because I don't have any more information on it than you do.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.